Hey, it's James, and just some market commentary and day trading opportunities I saw on this market that got trashed today. Really looking bad. The market looked like it might have recovered yesterday. It made new lows yesterday. Sorry about all these lines on here. It made new lows yesterday, but today it could not maintain that, and into the close especially, it just got killed. Let's look at this 5-minute daily chart. Slowly trending down for the day, got to those 270 levels of the support that was so important. A huge volume bottom on the initial sell-off a week ago, as well as some pivot in through here at 271, 270.50, and just barely held, and it couldn't push back above this the VWAP here, the 271 that I marked out. And you just got that fade lower, and in the close it really kind of took off here with huge volume coming into the close into that sell. We're getting a nice hold at 265 here in the aftermarket, so it's not looking terrible, but the pre-market is really going to tell the story tomorrow, I think, and especially the first few minutes. If this can't show some strength, it's going to be an ugly day. So day trading opportunities. It was actually a little hard for me to find stuff. I did miss a couple trades I'm going to go over. It was all looking short because of this. You can see it failed to hold the high here. This purple line is the high. I'm sorry, the close. This is the close of the previous day. You can see the market closed the previous day here at 273.50. Couldn't hold it and pushed lower. This is where you want to start getting short. The best short today, in my opinion, was on Alibaba. Because again, I mentioned this in other videos, this 146 pivot is so strong. This is the big miss for me. To this day, you can kind of see it holding, but look at it. Look at some of these previous days. It was the low of this day here, held for the push higher. The day before, it was the high of this day, rejected and came lower. High of this day, the low of this day. Look how many times it held that 146, and the breakthrough level right here before it went up. So I mean, this 146 is crazy, and look at that double rejection here. Two huge wicks coming up, even in the pre-market, and the market also being weak. This was a really good short in through here, and you could trade it all the way down to the next support. This, of course, is not predictable that this would have gone down this low, considering how the market traded into the close, but this was a very predictable move from 145, 145.50 down to the next support level. AT&T was a huge participant today for day traders. This break here in the pre-market, you could have scalped this short. My kind of trading, I like to get this short in through here. It very obviously failed to make. It came up here to 31.21, kind of formed a pivot here, rejected the 31.20, and then it couldn't hold. I want to see if I can go to a 1-minute chart. So this is what I'm talking about. You see all this consolidation along the 30.88. Same place where it bounced here. 30.85, bounced at 30.86, holding 30.88. So if any of these break, that's going to be bad news. You get this close down below, that's where you want to get short. Then no close above. I would consider like closing the position if this candle closed above, or if a 5-minute candle closed above. started pushing up here, I might consider removing the position, but it did not do that. Came up here, rejected this pivot actually that you can see here at 30.97, held there for a minute near the whole dollar, came down, tested this support, came up and retested the previous support, now resistance, and then you got that fade from 30.90 down to the half dollar, 30.50. The scalping trade here, this is this is the one of the exceptions where I might take an early trade is if the 1 minute chart actually looks pretty decent here. Try to go lower, then try to make that higher high, failed, and then you get this little pivot in through here at 31.50. It's looking really short if you're looking at through here. Just not my style of trading to get in so quickly, but definitely a good scalp. It's a simple stop over 31.70, entry around 31.50, 31.45, and then you get that move down here. You can start taking off some profit in through here. Take more profit in through here. So that's more of a scalping type of trade setup where you take profit much quicker. So those are the two good opportunities. Oh, and another thing on AT&T was this kind of hold here. The market's been pretty choppy lately. Obviously been very weak, but it chops around for the most part. I mean, yesterday was up. It was going up and down, but it was up. Today was kind of also going up and down, but obviously overall it was a huge down move. And I've seen this in a lot of stocks too, where, I mean, first leg down, second leg down, could make a third, but eventually it's probably going to consolidate with a few sideways candles and start to make the move up. This happens on so many stocks that I've been reviewing lately. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Really, it's just these 4 or 5 right here. Then you start getting the move up. Comes down, tries to make that low, fails. This is where you get long here at 30.75. If you're waiting for that confirmation, you can even get long on this close here at 30.78, and then you get that push up through VWAP. And these kind of moves, you want to take profit pretty quickly because we're starting to get into the lunch hour, getting into the mid-morning, afternoon trading. So those and then of course the VWAP is pretty close, so not the best opportunity, but it is something I wanted to point out. It is usually better if the moving averages and the VWAP is farther away, but nevertheless, definitely an opportunity there for some profit. And I want to see, I think Tesla did the same kind of deal here, kind of held that 286, came down, try to put in this pivot here at 292, so you want to see it break over this for confirmation. Came down, tested that 286 again, starts to make strength. You get this close. This close is higher than all of these candles closes here and opens, so that's a good sign of strength. So again, close to the VWAP, not the best thing in the world, but it's something you could definitely squeeze some profit out of, in my opinion. And you gotta align these kind of stuff with the SPY as well. So if you see that kind of sideways consolidation, it's nice to see the SPY kind of doing the same thing. I think this lines up with AT&T. I'm not sure if it lines up with Tesla, but this happened on a like this has been happening pretty much every day. You see when this happened, a couple stocks are doing the same thing, kind of putting in a base and then start making that move up higher. You can see that day it moved. That's what was a big update for the SPY. So those are things that I should look out for more, and I want to let other people know to look out for, is these sideways consolidation candles, and then kind of move in the opposite direction. So the SQ trade, just a lot of beautiful rejections of the VWAP here. I mean, look at this roll over here again. Didn't quite make it this time, but for me personally, this was the first test is the one at the most probability. So I mean, even if this happened, I probably wouldn't have done a short unless I was already pretty green in the day and I just wanted to test it out. But this short right here is very significant and very high probability. It did kind of put in a little base here, basically what I was just talking about, these sideways consolidation candles and the move higher, but then it starts to fail at the VWAP. When it gets back under 73, that's a really good short entry, and then take off some profit at the lows when it gets down here in case it double bottoms. You can take some more when it breaks down through that, and then leave a little of your position on just in case it does something crazy like this, and you can lock in some really big profit. And that's all I saw today. There's probably a lot out there. I mean, I just didn't have time to really look at so many stocks today. Obviously, Netflix. This is the 200 moving average on Netflix. That failed. Consolidating around it here, failed, came up and retested it, and then drifted down lower for the day. Just very low volume. I don't usually like to trade these low volume stocks, but very significant setup on the daily here of the 200 moving average. This is the Netflix. Looks kind of like the market, right? 200 moving average on Netflix here. Failed that. Then you get the move lower. So yeah, pretty much every stock was kind of weak today. Look at that again, that sideways consolidation. I'm just pulling up random stocks here. Apple, and you know, this look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You get those consolidation sideways candles, and then you get the move higher up to the VWAP. Now see the VWAP's a little farther away here, so this is a little bit better setup because you got this VWAP here a little farther. And then of course you could have taken the rejection here. You can see how it rejected, put in a little pivot here at 220.70s. And then when it broke, when this pivot here breaks, you start getting a little short. You could remove your position when you start seeing this higher low right here, since you don't know the future. And it starts to make a little higher low. That's not looking too good. You could take out break even and then try to re-enter. You know, when it starts breaking down again. Depends on your trading style. If you want to, you know, if you're trying to conserve your capital, try to stop out break even when you can on this higher low. The market may have been going down at this time, which would have, me personally, if the market was going down when this was happening, I wouldn't have stopped out break even. But you can see it was a nice opportunity to add. Of course, if you didn't stop the break even, your stop would be above the 221 anyway, so you wouldn't have gotten stopped out in the first place, and you would have made a nice move down to the lows, take off some profit, then hold some of your position to see what happens for the rest of the day. So rinse and repeat. It's kind of the same thing over and over. You just got to be there and step into the trade and not let your emotions get the best of you. I mean, taking it long here, right? It's tough to do. I mean, along on here, I had a little more confidence. I think this was about the same time the market was doing this, kind of near that support level. So, I mean, by the time this candle happens, it's a little bit too late. You got this pivoting through here, so you kind of gotta get in these a little bit early. But they've been happening a lot lately. But that's it for today. We'll be back at it tomorrow. See what happens in the market. these crazy times. Thanks for listening. Talk to you next time.